You know, sometimes life is going to test you real hard. It's gonna give you some circumstances and scenarios that you're not sure you're going to be able to live up to and overcome. And today is one of those days. I don't have enough ketchup or salsa to go with my eggs and beef. So life's trying me real hard today, boys. Let's overcome and supersede our limitations so we can be that Viking warrior. No, we're not Viking warriors. What am I talking about? Nah, but on all seriousness, me not having the correct condiments for my dog food meal is a lack of preparation. I have enough beef and chicken for probably till about Thursday, so I'm probably gonna have to do a cook on Wednesday. Go to the store and do that, all that stuff. But I forgot that there's almost like accessory movements when it comes to the stuff that I eat. Where like, yeah, I have chicken and beef and rice. Those are like the squat, bench, and deadlift of eating. But I also need, well, I have enough eggs for the week and a little into next week. But I only have one bagel, and I eat 3 bagels a day. So I need to go to the store and pick up bagels today. And I need ketchup to go with this meal. Because you don't need ketchup for eggs unless it's just eggs with no cheese, no cream, no butter. You know, and that's exactly what this is. It's eggs, no butter, no cream, no cheese, and beef. So it's like it's a bit bland. And yeah, I did spice it. It's still bland when you eat it every single day. But do I need anything else from the store? I can't really think. Oh, guacamole. I need guacamole for later today. So I have to go to the store right after I finish going to the gym today. But we're gonna eat this meal. We're gonna take Buddy for a walk, and he's gonna enjoy it because it's not raining outside today. And then we eat another meal. Oh, that's another thing that I need. I need more cereal because I'm running out of cereal, and I need my pre-training cereal. And then we're gonna go to the gym. We've got an accessory day. It's like a bodybuilding upper body day with incline dumbbell press, where that's the main movement of the day. And we basically just go and we get a sick pump, and we look good for all of 12 minutes, and then the pump is gone, and we feel depressed. No, we don't feel depressed. We're proud of what we did. And then the rest of the day, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm probably gonna pop into ACX, do a couple of audiobook narration auditions, and if nobody steals my car, then we'll do some Uber Eats, get some cash in the pocket, so that we're not in the red every single day. So that's what I got planned for the day. 'Tis what it is. I'm gonna eat this. Oh, that's my face. Don't forget your morning carbs. We've got 43 grams of honey and a plain bagel. It's supposed to be 2 plain bagels, but I only have 1 bagel. I have to go to the store later. Oh, look at that sky. That's like a fake sky right there. Just on a buddy walk, right, bud? Right, bud? Yeah. Yeah. So, just out here getting our usual like 30 to 45 minute walk in, about somewhere between 3,500 and 4,500 steps every morning with Buddy. He's a red-bone coonhound. And if you know anything about hounds, is they are the laziest dogs ever. So if he can get away with it, he will try to gaslight you into staying in bed until about 2 p.m. And then he'll be like, maybe I do have to go to the bathroom, but like, I can hold it. And you're just like, dude, no. Yep. And yeah, he's a sleepy guy. And I was thinking, I was like, so I woke up and I weighed in at 335 this morning after a cheat meal yesterday, programmed cheat meal. And a lot of people, they're like, wow, over 300 pounds? That's not good. It's not good generally. But a while back, before I started with my current nutritionist, Brianni Terry, I weighed in at 387, and I was like, I'm not doing this right. I need someone to actually tell me how to perform optimally, because I knew that it was a puzzle piece that was missing. So as we've kind of progressed, she's given me more and more metrics to track and follow. One of those metrics is heart rate variability. Now, heart rate variability is a metric that measures the average time in between each heartbeat. And when you're stressed out, when you're not taking care of yourself, like, that tends to plummet. So like, you have a big presentation coming up, you got finals, you've got this, you're not drinking water, you're not eating right, you're consuming too much caffeine, it's going to plummet. The average heart rate variability for like the average American is about 20 milliseconds. And for Olympic athletes, it can get around 150. So I usually have a pretty good heart rate variability. It's usually it's above 100. Sometimes it'll dip randomly, and some days it'll be 120, maybe 130. But recently, this past week, my HRV has skyrocketed, and it's been like, I haven't had a day under 100 in a hot minute, because after the meet, my life was super stressful. I lost my job, living situation stressful, this, that, whatever. A lot of stress in my life, and trying to kind of pull pieces together to make things make sense for me personally. So my HRV was not good. I also track my blood pressure and resting heart rate and make sure those are always healthy. My resting heart rate is also getting better. It wasn't bad after the meet. It got back to a normal, and then things continued to get more and more stressful, and that was not very good for the RHR, and it's coming back down to regular levels. Like, what I like to keep it 62 BPM and below, and the average, the healthy range for Americans is 60 to 100 RHR. So back to HRV, side tangent complete. So I recently started doing Uber Eats. Now you're thinking, Uber Eats, lots of steps. It's not. You park your car, you go into the restaurant, you get your food, you get back in your car, maybe 100 steps, maybe 200 right there. And delivering, same deal. 100 to 200, maybe 15 deliveries in a day. That's 3,000 steps. Not a lot of steps. Somehow, still more than the average American. But my daily step requirement, non-negotiable, is 10,000 steps. And this little guy right here helps me get it, because I get this morning walk in every single day, unless it's raining. Then I have to hop on the treadmill, and he rejoices because he's fat and lazy. But I noticed this week, the week that I started doing Uber Eats. Now I'm not doing, like, I did an 8-hour day yesterday. Ended up in Concord, New Hampshire, which was stupid. Yep. Because there's a lot of colleges in Concord, New Hampshire, and college kids suck, because they'll get a delivery and they'll be like, let me tip you 50 cents. And you're just like, what the hell? That's not cool. But it's like, when I was in college, the first college I went to my freshman year was Drexel University in Philadelphia. And I had one class the entire, I guess it was a quarter that I was there, I transferred out immediately because my mental health plummeted. There was only one class that had windows. Everything else, no windows. My calc class was underground, under the train station. Everything else was like, it was not good. No windows. But dorm life was pretty Gucci. I never lived in a dorm after that. So I kind of missed out on the cool part of college, making friends, stuff like that. But no windows, poor mental health. And with a lot of what I've been doing recently at my job, my previous job, I was in a large metal box and doing radio frequency testing, doing tests on products to make sure that there was no EM emanations for secure data, stuff like that. And the lab had no windows, the boxes had no windows, and the building itself barely had any windows. But the drive to and from work and my regular 10-minute walks at work, I was getting some outside. But with what I'm doing right now, the only time I'm outside is when I'm walking bud. And when I go to and from the gym, I mean, the gym has windows, but it's not really that nice. But I noticed when I was doing Uber Eats, I was driving around, windows down, stuff like that, listening to audiobooks, and just had a general good well-being feel. Buddy, sit. And hey, okay, sit. No sniff, sit. Good boy. Yep. And like, usually, so the way that I'm doing it, I have to share my car with someone, and I don't like being stranded at home all day. So I'll drop them off at work, do my thing, and then I'll pick them up from work when they're done. So I drop them off, I go to the gym, I eat food, and then I go out and I go do deliveries until it's time to pick them up. So a couple hours there, and I noticed that doing that has increased my HRV, and I hit an HRV PR of 140 the other day. So it's like even better than when I was previously at a full-time job for health-wise. That job sucked. There was a lot of management ego going on, and they would just lash out at employees. Like one of the managers at one point, there was one electrical engineer, and so he was on every project, and you basically have to be full-time on a single project in order to get significant work done. But there was like 5 projects, a lot of things falling on him, and he's like, hey, I need more time. I need to focus on individual projects in order to make significant progress on these projects. And the electrical engineer grew up without a dad, and the manager knew that. And the manager was like, hey, I'm not your daddy. I shouldn't be having to teach you how to manage your time properly. You should know how to do this and that. And like, that was in a meeting full of people. The whole room went quiet, and that employee just left and went back to do his work. Same manager that when I asked, hey, I took over management responsibilities for the lab since we don't have a manager and things are falling apart, can I get compensated for this? And he was like, go look into food stamps. That's a better option for you. I was like, the guy, quote unquote, retired, but stayed on full time at work, working remote, which he said
no one was allowed to do, and moved down to Florida working remote in basically a retirement community. And he's on every single meeting, so he's getting paid for being on meetings. And the whole time he's like, yeah, we gotta hurry this up, we've got bingo night, we've got blackjack night at the community center. And it's like, really? You're retired, get out of these meetings that you don't need to be part of. Like, but anyways, enough ranting about my past job. Forced the garbage fire of a job. Company is going to go under in the next 5 years, so it's like, but yeah, just going out, I felt really good. And like, I didn't really make that much money. I made $110 in 8 hours yesterday, which not good. And that's before taxes and everything, so it's like not really much of anything. And but I noticed my HRV skyrocketed, and I guess it's the alleviation of stress knowing that what I'm doing, I'm not in the red every day with my finances, because I'm currently unemployed, looking for work and doing side gigs like audiobook narration and Uber Eats, trying to make ends meet. And I've got about 3 months worth of finances saved up before I'm in deep trouble. And so that's where I'm at. But it's real cool seeing how some of the things that you do that affect you positively in that health sort of realm. And I've been rambling for way too long, and you guys are probably bored of this, but I'm passing a school full of children. Buddy does not like children. They freak him out. Probably gets that from me, because children freak me out. It's like, why would you decide to raise one of your cream pies? Like, I don't get it. Anyways, I'm gonna go eat my pre-training meal, and then I'll see you guys at the gym, or I'll see you guys with that, but I'll see you at the gym as well. We have about 8 ounces of cereal. This is Waffle Crunch, Walmart brand cereal, with 16 ounces of Fairlife fat-free milk, and 1 piece, because it's gonna take me a while to eat that. And also, Buddy's here. Hey, Bud, say hi. No? Okay. He says hi. Just trust me on that. Y'all ready to get your cookies creamed? Get stuffed. Pretty good training day today. I mean, I say that every time, and I say every time that I say that every time, and I'm not gonna change it because I don't have a reason. But no car talk today, so we're doing this analysis during my colon evacuation. No one is helping me excavate my colon, I'm evacuating it. But anyway, so I started off with the reverse grip lat pull down. So I do these on my knees because I want an extended range of motion. I want as much range of motion as possible. And it was supposed to be a slow eccentric with a 2-count pause at the full stretch. Straps mandated. So we get that slow eccentric. We're kind of leaning into like isometrics at every range of motion, so that we're strong in every range of motion. And eccentrics are where 55% of the muscle gains approximately are grown. So we're kind of leaning into that with a little bit of a lighter weight, and then we're also getting a good lat and bicep stretch with that underhanded grip on the lat pull down. And we do it on the knees because we want an extended range of motion. If I'm on the seat, I still have a little bit of a kink in my elbows when I'm trying to feel that stretch, and I don't want that, so I get on my knees for that. And then we busted out the head supported dumbbell rear delt flies
into the hex dumbbell push-ups, and I've been stacking 2 benches on top of each other to try and get a head support, and I was like, wait, why don't I just prop a bench up for an incline bench and do it like this? Because I've seen someone else on my team who's been programmed something similar, not a superset for them, but they used a safety squat bar in a rack, and I used that the first week, and I was like, it's a bit much to set up, and I'm trying to get through and have as minimal setup as possible, because the less you set up, the less time you have in between sets, the less time that you're not doing things, so you can get out of the gym a little quicker. And this training day took about an hour and 15. Pretty quick training day. It's a bodybuilding style training day. So after that, we did the incline dumbbell bench, and it was a superset with itself. I didn't talk about the hex push-ups. They're hex push-ups. They're push-ups where you put the dumbbell handle on the floor, and you do it like that. Yeah. And I just focus on the explosiveness. I don't really care about much anything else other than being explosive with any sort of mechanically similar movement related to squat, bench, or deadlift. So we went into the incline dumbbell bench press, kind of same deal, working on the explosiveness. It was a superset with itself. We did 4 sets of 20 reps with an additional 6 reps with a slow eccentric, and you'll see at the end of the incline dumbbell bench, the eccentric on those last 6 are really slow, but it doesn't have a pause programmed, and it doesn't have a tempo programmed for the concentric, the explosiveness. So really slow, really fast up, really slow down, really fast up. And then we did chest supported dumbbell seesaw 0 acceleration rows, tongue twister there. And basically we set up on the incline bench backwards, and we've got the dumbbells and straps going on. But for some reason in my head, I was like, oh, I just did dumbbell bench with the 70s, might as well do it for the this accessory too. But the 0 acceleration seesaw makes it much more difficult. Like, I can do these with 150s as long as there's not the seesaw and 0 acceleration, and it's 20 reps. So there's a lot going on. And so I was halfway through, because I had either 3 or 4 sets. I don't remember. I don't have the program in front of me right now because I'm using my phone to record myself. And I was like, man, these are really hard. Why are these kicking my ass so much? I check back, and I've been using 50s for a bit, and I'm like, oh yeah. And I noticed that the 0 acceleration part wasn't as good as I would like it. I need to check back the video to see if the range of motion was where I'd like it. I don't think that I hope I didn't cheat the stretch, and I can slow it down a little bit more, but I'd have to reduce the weight. And I think in my notes I did write down that I use 70s, but I should definitely use a lighter weight. So probably like, if my gym has 55s or 60s, I don't think we have 65s, but definitely reducing that load going forwards to get a better control of the weight, because powerlifting is all about controlling the weight. And then we went into dumbbell curls, and for some reason, so the it's 3 sets of 20 with 30 seconds rest, with the first set or first aspect of the dumbbell curls. And it's supposed to be super light, so you're supposed to be really burnt out, and it's going to be a really lightweight. And I decided, I know that I used 20s in the past. Sometimes I use the 25s, but when I use 25s, I go 25s, 20s, 15s. I don't know which one is more beneficial for hypertrophy wise, because it's all about hypertrophy. But when I was doing it at around rep 14, the hypoxia was really going on. Or as the layman's would say, the burn, because feel the burn is actually your body screaming for all oxygen in the muscle groups. And Sorry about that. When you feel the burn, every time that you use your muscles, you're expending magnesium, calcium, potassium. The contraction is calcium, and the relaxing is magnesium and potassium. So when you're going through that, you're also using oxygen. And when your muscles get sufficiently depleted of oxygen, it starts to get that burning feeling. And we're kind of leaning into that burning feeling with this. So we use the 20s for the dumbbell curls. And then that was 3 by 20, 30 seconds rest. So really low rest period. And then we went into 3 by 8 heavier 2 minutes rest. And we used the 40s for that. And basically we get a lot of blood flow going to the biceps from the hypoxia, because that's the way that your body transfers oxygen into muscles, is by increasing blood flow there, which is why the pump is just blood in the muscles, because it's replenishing the oxygen levels in your muscles. And so we did a 3 by 8 with 40-pound dumbbells, and this was, for some reason, this was easier than I remember past weeks being. Maybe because the lighter dumbbells were harder than last week's, or the past times that I've done this. I don't know why or what caused it to be this way, but I'm here for it, and it was a good training day. Pretty much getting the body primed up for the rest of the week, where tomorrow we've got a squat day, and then on Thursday bench, and Friday deadlift. So pretty much just foreplay for the rest of the week. And yeah, I'll see you guys back with my first meal. I gotta go wait. All right, food. Let me get that out of frame. We've got 245 grams of chicken breast, 400 grams of white rice, a fat dollop of sauerkraut, and yellow mustard with some pink Himalayan sea salt on there for flavor. And of course, one piece. And we've got Zelda. Buddy's in timeout right now, but we've got Zelda. All right, so we got off to kind of a late start today, and there was a lot of procrastination going on. So I ended up eating a lot later, my meal after the gym, a lot later than I usually do or anticipate on doing, really ever. And so my options for what to do after training are basically either do DoorDash, or not DoorDash, Uber Eats, or do audiobook narration auditions. Now, it's about 5:30 right now, so that means that the market is in a peak kind of, it's dinner time basically, and it's a good idea for me to do the Uber Eats rather than doing the audiobook narration auditions, because it's guaranteed money, and it's like not expedited, but there's a higher likelihood of guaranteed dollars during the next couple hours. So that's what we're doing. I do have to stop at some point and update my clients' programs. I have one of them that I have no idea where they are in their program right now, and he doesn't communicate with me at all. So I'm probably just gonna end up programming him something, and because he was into the hypertrophy block. I don't know if he's done with that or not. I wish I had more communication, and it's just not there. It's hard for a coach to coach when there's no communication, because you can't do any. You're basically like a programmer at that point, where you don't have any like feedback or, hey, this is working, this isn't working, can we do this, can we do that, kind of push and pull the program to get it a little more individualized. But I am going to be doing the DoorDasheronis, not DoorDash, Uber Eats, and I'll check back in with you guys later. I don't know when, but later. All right, boys, we've got 220 grams of 93.7 beef, 400 grams of white rice and about 70 grams of guacamole. We've got a diet cream soda. We've got a numbskull, and we've got the quintessential quintuplets. I've heard wonderful things about this. It was super hype when it first came out, and I never heard it was overhyped. So I'm glad that it's finally on Netflix. So I'm finally getting around to watching it. So I'm excited. Apparently it's very memeable too, I think. I don't know. We'll find. 2 plain bagels and a banana. Dinner of champions. Light meal before bed. And then sleep for like 8.5 hours minimum.